Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. We've got big reveals tonight. I mean, okay, I say big reveals. There's one reveal that's like very interesting to me. I don't know how much other people will receive it, but there's some other definitely interesting stuff here. Pretty scary stuff, honestly, a little bit too, but we'll get into that. So, what we have here is the first reveals for Limited Pack GX Osiris Red. There's not been much actual information revealed about this set from what I remember. I don't even know if it gave us an actual like number of new cards being released. This could be everything because I think these are all GX cards and this is Osiris Red, which makes us think that there should at least be a, whatever, raw yellow or obelisk blue kind of versions of these packs just to import a few more of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime cards. But there's some interesting things here. So we have 5 cards here. We have 2 like Archfiend looking cards, Archfiend ritual cards, as well as a Magnet Warrior card. We'll do him last because you guys know I love Magnet Warriors and I've got a lot to say about him. We have like a Macro Cosmos support card as well as like a hero support card as well. So let's get into this. Let's start off with our Archfiend cards. This first one is a level 6 Dark Warrior ritual called Archfiend Matador. His design's actually pretty cool. He's an Archfiend, but like you can also tell that he has like a human face inside of like the mouth right here, which is pretty cool. All right, anyway, for what he does, you can ritual summon this card with Ritual of the Matador. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand, except for Matador. Also, this card cannot attack this turn. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no damage from battles involving this card. And if this card battles a monster after damage calculation, destroy that monster. And if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Honestly, like rituals are tough, right? So if you don't have like a ritual card that like breaks the ritual mechanic, rituals can be very tough just because they're so resource intensive. But if you're telling me you have a ritual monster that just adds 2 on summon, that does help pay off a little bit of the cost there. And the fact that it's any ritual cards, there are a handful of okay Archfiend cards. So, could be worse. I think that's kind of interesting, actually. As for the ritual spell that he mentions, this design's crazy. He's like in the rib cage or whatever of something. This reminds me of Jiraiya when he uses like the toad stomach jutsu. This is what this reminds me of, sort of. But anyway, Ritual of the Matador, ritual spell. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, a ritual summon 1 Archfiend Matador from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand and or field, whose total levels equal 6 or more. So it is just a basic ritual, which is kind of a bummer. Doesn't cheat him out in any way to kind of save you resources. And second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon 1 non-ritual Archfiend monster from your hand. It does have the ability to pull an Archfiend out of hand once you search it off of Matador, which is cool. But nothing too crazy here. Archfiend not historically a ritual-based archetype, so I don't know if this even pushes them in the direction they want to go in, but it's cool. All right, let's do this card last. I think it's the second most interesting one to me, at least. So looking here, we have Heroes Rule number 1, 5 freedoms. I love the artwork on this, just so classic. You have like the GX dual disc versus the Battle City dual disc, which is really cool. I love that nostalgia there. Just cool artwork. It's a normal trap card. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. First effect says target up to 5 cards in any graveyard, banish them. That's kind of insane that it just targets any 5 cards. It's not monsters. It's not your graveyard only, your opponent's graveyard only. It's anywhere. Excuse me, anywhere. This card's actually kind of crazy. Second effect of this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there. You can banish it to target one of your banished E-Hero monsters. Special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. That's cool. That's extra bonus. When you activate this card to banish stuff, you can just choose to banish any of your heroes that you might want as follow-up alongside whatever other 4 cards you want to hit. And then you can go ahead and get that card back later. This is an interesting card, actually. As a generic normal trap, this actually could be like kind of a spicy card to like, I don't know, as a thrust one of target. This card actually could be kind of interesting. Yeah. All right. Next up we have Chaos Distill. At first I thought this was like an Alchemy Beast support card. That's what it reminded me of, but that does not appear to be the case. What this card does at all. This card's actually way scarier than that. So this card is Chaos Distill. It's a continuous spell. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. If any card sent to your graveyard is banished instead, that's just while this card is face up on the field. So you macrocosmos yourself while you have this up. Speaking of which, second effect says you can activate one of these effects. Add one macrocosmos or one card that mentions it from your deck to your hand, except for Chaos Distill. I don't think macrocosmos is banned, guys. Is it at 3 or is it at 1? It might be at 1, but now it's just searchable, which is crazy. I don't think it's banned though. Second effect, if Macrocosmos is already on the field, you can banish this face-up card from the spell and trap zone to add any light monster with question mark attack from your deck to your hand. There's probably a handful of monsters that fit that bill, light being like the second most popular attribute, and every attribute has question mark attack monsters. So I'd be curious what the best targets would be for that, but that's curious. What is like not Gren Maju, right? It's not Gren Maju. It's is it Gren Maju? What's his name? The guy who gains attack for every banished card. That actually could be the synergy here, is that this card can either grab you macro or you can play a one of Gren Maju to end those games. Remember when Gren Maju was like a cool rogue deck like a couple years ago? This card could actually be kind of cheeky for those types of decks. This card's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit scary. So yeah, that's cool. Or if you're playing a deck that actually wants its stuff to get banished anyway, Thunder Dragon, Malice are the first two that come to mind. Macroing yourself's not even that big of a negative, so it's cool. All right. Also, you can just search every turn, right? This is a continuous, so even if you activate this effect and it gets Ash to not get macro, if your opponent doesn't remove this card, you are just going to search it on the next turn. So in the grind, it's kind of crazy. And we finish up here, of course, with a Magnet Warrior card. All right, I'm going to go in on this card, but let's read it first. This is Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum plus minus, I guess is how you read that. He's a level 7 Earth Rock special summon effect monster. He cannot be normal summoned or set. He must first be special summoned from your hand by sending 2 Magnet Warrior monsters whose original level is 4 or lower from your hand, deck, and or face-up field to the graveyard. That's an insane summoning condition, by the way. You can only special summon him once per turn. This way, you can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. You can target one other Earth monster on the field. This card gains attack equal to half that monster's until the end of this turn. Whatever. He's 2,700, so he'll get over 3K super easily with just any other Earth on the field. So that's fine, but it's not that important. And the second effect, if he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can just add him back to your hand, which is, I guess, nice resource management if he's getting destroyed, but I don't expect him to very often. But this card's crazy. I mean, right? We're talking about a double what's it called? Double circular, basically, just to summon this guy. You just inherently summon him by sending 2 Magnet Warriors, foolishing 2 Magnet Warriors from deck if you want to. And that's any level 2 or lower Magnet Warriors. So that includes the Electromagnet Warriors, that includes Epsilon, that includes Delta, that includes like the actual decent ones, not just the vanillas. We don't want to play the vanillas anymore, unfortunately, but we have better versions of them. That's really the main part of this card. He's a big beater, decently big beater by, sending 2 Magnet Warriors for free from deck. That's really what you're doing. Now, Magnet Warrior really doesn't play out of the graveyard at this point in time. I have a ton of things I've looked for Magnet Warriors that are on like my checklist to get at some point. We need to have a good level 8 Magnet Warrior for the main deck that's actually searchable. That's like a good search target off of Alpha. We need a good level 4 lower target to search off of Beta to make Beta search worth it. We need a level 4 Magnet Warrior that on summon is some sort of interruption. That way all of the Electromagnet Warriors can at least be like little interruptions on the opponent's turn. We need a way to search all the spells and traps. You have like 5 different decent Magnet Warrior spell and traps, and none of them are searchable, even though they all have Magnet in the name, which seems crazy. And lastly, the deck has no win condition. The deck has a boss monster, but the deck has no way to make it. So I would prefer if they gave us a new version of a boss monster. Like this card letting us foolish 2 Magnet Warriors for free is sick because it could allow us to get Magnet Warrior names in rotation. So if the deck got a ABC Dragon Buster type boss monster, this card could be a really nasty engine card to not only give us an extra body on field, but to also get 2 more names in rotation like automatically. So that means just getting to this guy means like you're probably setting up your ABC Dragon Magnet Warrior equivalent, which is really cool. But we just don't have that. So the deck would either need like a broken fusion spell or whatever that gets us to the fusion monster that the deck technically has, or they would just have to make a better one. But the deck doesn't have either at this point. So this card did not actually cover any of like those are like the 5 major points, right? I said like good level 8, good level 4 lower extender, a level 4 that when it's summoned from deck is an interruption, or summoned period, I guess could be an interruption. A way to search the spells and traps, and an actual boss monster, an actual like win con end board piece, right? That's everything I think the deck needs. That's 5 things. This card doesn't technically cover any of those. He's not level 8, so he's not searchable off of alpha. He's not a Magnet Warrior even, so even if he was level 8, he still wouldn't be searchable off of alpha. But he is just a nasty card, right? Like he's a body, and he's going to get 2 Magnet Warriors in rotation. He opens the door for... And Magnet Warrior is one of those decks. Like, listen to me right now. I'm listing 5 things the deck needs. This deck would probably need some sort of bigger wave of support. So whether it's a, duelist pack style set where they're going to get between 5 and 7 new cards, or whether it's like a structure deck, or they're in a core set, maybe even as a cover, just because with nostalgia, they could maybe make a new Magnet Warrior boss monster. And I could see it being on the cover and it not being like too crazy. I doubt they would do that because I just don't know if this archetype's popular enough overall. But yeah, like the deck needs so much that like it would need a bigger wave. It would need something bigger. You can't just see 1 or 2 Magnet Warrior cards in the next core set and we're like, we're fixed, right? We're not that far away. But if we did get one big support wave, this could be the kind of card that goes crazy. Like if we get 1 main deck Magnet Warrior that's level 4 or lower, and like it can either banish from grave to search a magnet, spell or trap, or monster, or when it's sent to the graveyard, it adds a Magnet Warrior monster or spell or trap, or whatever. This card immediately becomes like a crazy starter / extender, all at once, even if it doesn't have Magnet Warrior in the name, so it's not super accessible. I think one more thing that's also really important to note for this card specifically is even if there's no more brand new cards from this pack specifically, the limited pack GX Osiris pack, I think these might be the only 5 cards coming in it. Bastion in the anime, when he plays this deck, I think he only plays it 1 time, but I know for a fact he played at least 2 other Conduction Warriors or Magnet Warriors or whatever their names were. I know there were 2 smaller ones. This one's kind of the bigger one, I think. And there may even be a 3rd monster. So logic tells us if they're going to print this one, they're probably going to print the others. There may have even been another spell or trap now that I'm thinking about it as well. I can't remember exactly because it has been 15 plus years since I've seen that. But I may have to do some research and see what cards he actually played in that episode to see what other cards we should hopefully expect to get imported sooner than later. Could be animation pack stuff. It could be in limited pack GX raw yellow. You know what I mean? Whatever the next one is could have the other Magnet Warrior cards. We'll see. But it is exciting. I'm a huge Magnet Warrior fan. This is only helpful. Like it is only helpful, even though the deck doesn't have the best way to make use of it right this second. This card could still be crazy down the line. So I'm going to have faith. I'm going to have at least hope that this is a sign of more to come. And it's a good card in and of itself, even if the deck can't really make the best use of it right at this moment. So there's my copium on Magnet Warriors and everything else here. Let me know your thoughts down below. I have a feeling a good amount of people are going to be pretty interested in Chaos Distill as well as Heroes Rule number 1. Let me know where you guys land on those, as well as the ARCHFIEND cards if you think those are interesting as well. But yeah, pretty cool, honestly. I didn't know what to expect from this. Sometimes little side packs like this don't have much going for them, but I would argue the Magnet Warrior card and the Hero card and the Chaos Distill are all quite interesting for what they are. Even generically, these two could have some really interesting implications. So let me know your thoughts on all these cards down in the comment section below. I will keep you posted on all things Yu-Gi-Oh! News going forward. We are coming towards the end of Duelist advanced reveals, and we should be inching towards some other reveals as well. So subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all things Yu-Gi-Oh! News. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.